Hi y'all. It's been a minute since I got on here. Life has been interesting. How's it been for you all? The wind's starting to pick up as I said that. Yes, almost absolutely. How are you hanging in? How are you hanging in? You're hanging on barely by a thread. You're hanging in by your fingertips. Yeah, I feel it. How's the past showing up for you guys? It's interesting how it's showing back up for me. Like I've talked about in a bunch of videos, that retrogrades mean reviewing the past and looking at things. Finally, Mercury went direct, but we still have the 2 week of shadow phase. So on August 11th, Monday, it went direct, but we still have the 2 weeks of shadow phase. So yay! That one's all about communication. And I don't know about you, but my electronics have been tweaking out. Communication between humans has been a little interesting, but when isn't it? I had an experience last night that I was very gaslit about. So I'm the type of person that has done the work, has appears crazy apparently to people from my past, and the minute that I have an emotional release or something, or need to reach out to a human being, because that's how we're made, for support, and then I get the hardest gaslighting of my life, and I get told basically like, I'm so sorry to hear that, but, if you're going to jump off the deep end, you should probably do something about it. I'm sorry. Excuse me, since when did me having emotions say that I was jumping off the deep end? No. Excuse me. Excuse you. Want to see my cup? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it says be your own kind of beautiful. Absolutely be your own kind of beautiful. Who cares what everybody thinks? The energies, my goodness. Like I said, it's just off the charts right now. Have you watched The Littles in Mother Nature lately? Yeah. We're going through it, guys. We're going through it. How are you going through it? Are you showing up as your best self, your authentic self? Or are you just totally emotionally cut off and emotionally unavailable, and you walking around like a zombie, and then you're projecting that onto other people? When, I like to test the temperature of where people are at, and because everybody has the choice to grow and learn and change. And so when my past comes up, I've got to either say absolutely not or test the temperature. I asked Spirit, I said, why do you want me to check the temperature on all these people? Like, are you kidding me right now? You know how hard that is on me because of what they did or what they didn't do? But okay, I'm your cheerleader. I've chosen this path to be one with you, God. So let's see where this goes. The projections. If y'all gonna project good. Don't project that someone's crazy because you don't understand them, because you're not an emotional being, because you don't have emotional intelligence. Doesn't mean that someone going through their emotions means that they're crazy and that they're ready to go off the deep end. No. Emotional intelligence is allowing yourself to have the emotions in a healthy manner as the wind picks up again. Mother Earth has her emotions. Look at the volcanoes. Look at the hurricanes. Look at the earthquake. Sorry, I said that. Did I say earthquakes? I don't know. Look at all that stuff. She gets to have her time. We throw a fit because we live on it, but are part of the problem too. So show up as your genuine, authentic selves. Be real. Don't go projecting on people just because it scares you that someone's emotional and you think that they're going to dive off the deep end. Well, guess what, honey? I have a care team, okay? I'm not doing this all alone on my own anymore because I realized that wasn't working for me. And I have a care team. And I get to sit here and process and go through and do the hard things and do the work, the stuff that people are freaking cut off from. Freaking typically cut off at the neck. I don't know. Some people are cut off completely. And we're here as the new leaders to the new earth. To show 555 when I look down a different way. Fives are really coming up threes. Same as I always say, sevens, eights, nines, sixes, ones. It's about divine time and order and alignment. I keep seeing the synchronicities, like just 1, 2, 3. It's just going in sequence, and I know that means divine balance and timing. But here's the thing: is to do that, you got to go in and do your own work, like I always talk about, and going in and understand, so you're not under life. And the weather where I live has been interesting. It just keeps going back and forth from really nice to not, and this kind of it's emulating how I'm feeling. And I know in my life I'm going through a lot right now, and this week has been very challenging. A lot of anniversaries and lots of deaths and rebirths, and how am I going to get through this? And it's been really tiring for me. I'm one that usually has a lot of ample energy, especially when I'm balanced and aligned. People are like, wow, you're a workhorse. Do you stop? No, when I have divine energy and divine balance and flow and harmony, no, I don't. But we do have to stop, and we do have to pause, and we do have to slow down. And my body physically is telling me, you need to slow down, ma'am. It's time to slow down and take stock and release and let go. Because the more you release and let go, the more that you can add in a healthy, happy manner. And I get to take the temperature of these people to see if they resonate with me or not. And whoa, it's a lot for me to get on here and talk to y'all, like I tell ya, but I do it because it's a soul calling. It's something that I have to do. For my health, for my sanity, it's who I am. Helping others, putting spirit messages out there, sharing my... Whoa, that was a total stop in my throat chakra. Sharing my gifts, my knowledge, my wisdom, all the things that I was instilled with here from all the lifetimes. Yeah, you too. What are you going to do with it? Crap or get off the pot. It's time. It's totally time. Can you feel it? Can you feel the movement forward? Like this wind that's picking up, it just feels like it wants to push me forward. The other day, I was struggling because of an anniversary. I was really struggling. And I didn't want to have to take the things that my care plan put in place for me when things get really bad for me. And so, me being me, I've always chose alternative methods to learn how to cope. So I did. I went and sat in the river and just was there. It was amazing. It calmed me down, it balanced me, it reset me, it restored me. being out in the sun recoded me, all the light healing codes. It was amazing. It restored me completely because I was losing my crap. Well, I couldn't barely talk without all the tears coming out. Anytime someone looked at me, tears were coming out. Of course, everybody's like, "Oh, you're crazy." No, I'm just a human and have an emotional experience. I'm a spirit having human emotions. That's what that is. I'm in touch with my human emotions, and typically I like to throw them away or compartmentalize or pretend they don't exist, as we all do, because that's the conditioning and programming that we've had, and live in fear and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How is that helpful? How is any of that helpful? No. So I went and did what I knew I needed to do for me. Mother Nature, as I am right now. Beautiful. All the little workers out here doing their jobs, and it's beautiful. And people ask me, how do you sit out there? There's all the animals, there's all the insects and all the bees. Precisely. That's why. Water is super healing. Mother Nature's super healing. Get out into it. Get in touch with it. You want life to start getting better? Take your darn shoes off. Be at peace. Put your feet on the ground. Put your feet in the water. Whatever that looks like for you. Be one. Be in the present moment. People forget how to be in alignment with the present moment. They'll be there for 5 seconds, and then they start to, their monkey mind takes them off on a tangent, and you go off here or there, whatever. I had a yoga class yesterday, y'all. It's 12:13 when I looked down. I attended one. And as some of you may or may not know, I'm a yoga, meditation, sound healer, energy worker, teacher, amongst lots that I do. And so this person had asked me, this yoga teacher said, have you ever done yoga before? And I was like, yes. She's like, well, let me know. And I was like, well, that's what I do. I've been doing it for a very long time. And whoops. I don't like doing that because it changes the energy of the situation. And so I could feel the intimidation factor for her go up high because she's just barely started practicing. And she's amazing at it. She's a beautiful yoga teacher. My goodness. She's like, I'm so excited to learn and grow from you. And I'm excited to learn and grow from her. I love learning and growing from y'all. It's the joy of my life. It's a joy of, it's like the highlight reel. All these bees are right next to me. Just doing their own little thing. They're beautiful. I love Mother Nature. I love y'all. I love all of this, no matter what it shows up on and looks like. And even after I've gone through it, I am still grateful for it. Because it taught me something and it made me who I am. And I absolutely adore and love who I am. And it's taken a long time to get here. And, I typically get on here and give you all kinds of messages from Spirit. And that's what I'm doing. But in a different manner today than I thought I was going to be doing. Apparently it's about sharing my existence with y'all. Maybe to get one of you to share your existence and realize that you are the star and the leader of your own show. You are the creator. What do you want to create? I decided I wanted to create something today, and I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not. I'm going to go do it. The environment that I might have to do it in is not going to be maybe the greatest environment, but I don't care. This is something that my soul says that I had to do today. It's one of my missions that I get to do today, and I'm excited for it. I don't know what the background and the backdrop's going to look like, but the mission that I was put on this morning definitely was the right mission, the right path, and it's not finished. It's just starting. And I was told by this human, I always think about you. I've thought about you for years, and I just wasn't sure. And I didn't want to reach out because I didn't know. Well, y'all, if you feel a call, freaking do it. You're not going to know if you're not going to know, and your soul is going to call and knock on you, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until you choose to make that call. Have you ever sat up against a tree? It's very healing. Hug a tree, touch a tree. I love trees. Oh my God, I love trees. I love Mother Nature, like I told you. The winds of change, that's for sure. What does Spirit want to say? What else does Spirit want to say? Hold on, I need to pause. Rejection. Spirit really wants to talk about rejection and gaslighting. So when I reached out to someone when I was really going through it, and it's definitely rejection, for sure. And gaslighting and all the things, and that was really hurtful. Really hurtful, because that's not what I need right now. And I can take that on as another stab to my heart. And it's hard not to. Or I can look at things from a higher perspective, from my higher self, and say, okay, well, clearly that's where they're at. And that's where they choose to continue. Okay, that paused and I'm not sure where it stopped. I was on a roll. Okay, we're just gonna roll with it. Companionship. Gaslighting, having people think that they're there for you when they're not, and you need someone. So for me, I'm by myself. And as humans, we are built a certain way. We're supposed to be community members, pack members, right? It's not loneliness, but that's how sometimes it is for us. But it's really hard when you're wanting them human things, the human connection with people, and they can't give you that. It's sad, especially if these people have been around you your whole life, and you just miss them, and some people just can't support you the way you need to be supported, and that's challenging, that's hard. And I could definitely take that on as mine, because I have in the past, and now I realize that's not mine, because I show up for them the way I want someone to show up for me. And unfortunately, they can't show up for me that way, because they can't show up for themselves that way. And that's really hard not to take on. But guess what? This person hasn't opened themselves up the way I have. And then they want to call me crazy, because I'm open and I'm vulnerable and I'm honest and I'm genuine. I'm real. And I allow whatever needs to be allowed to allow. The soul callings and promptings I have, I follow through with them, even if they are challenging and hard, because, there's times Spirit has me do something and they will not let me go. They will not leave me alone until I do what they've asked me to do. And so I do, because I know what happens if I ignore them. If I ignore Spirit, I know what happens, and I don't like that. So I don't get these reactions that I think I'm gonna get, and I asked Spirit, like, what the F did you make me do that for in 1919? Like, that's not fun. I didn't want to have that experience with this person. And there's lots of things that we don't need to know, the whys, the hows, or the whens. And I'm that girl. I want to know why. I want to know how. I want to know when. And Spirit told me today, well, you don't get to know that. And you need to stop thinking that you need to know that. You get to sit on your pretty little ass. This is what Spirit told me today. Well, I've been sitting outside before I got on here with you all. You get to sit on your pretty little ass and live in the present moment, and that's what you get. and quit trying to control everything and quit wanting to know the hows and the whys and the when, because we take care of that. That's up to us. That's not up to you. Yes, you have. Hi, honey. Stay over there. Yes, you have your own divine will. And we present these things to you, and you get to make that decision. And you get to make the decision on how you show up after the fact, because you're only in control of you. You're not in control of other people. And if you think you are, oh. Okay. See how that works out for you. I think you might get stung in the ass a lot if that's the way you want to live your life. It's so wonderful to sit out here and enjoy Mother Nature and enjoy in this cup the joys that Mother Nature gives to us. And then this one right here. This is my lifeblood. H2O. 2111. H2O. Yes. Mother Nature really takes care of us. Divine takes care of us. Our needs are always met. We just have all these crazy expectations. So I'm the girl that wakes up and meditates before she goes to bed, meditates throughout the day. You know, it's just who I am. It helps me be in alignment and balanced and all that kind of stuff. So why was I telling you that? Why did Spirit want me to tell you that? Oh, well, being in balanced in harmony and flow, it allows you to live in the present moment and not live in the monkey mind where you're so busy and next, or instant gratification, like whatever. People don't know how to live in the present moment, and they don't know what patience is. They don't know what peace is. They don't know what calm is. They don't know what gentleness is, tenderness is, love. What a crazy thing. 22. So love yourself, support yourself. Others are not always going to be able to show up for you the way where you're at and where you need. You show up for you that way. And let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard when you really are wanting companionship and touch. Touch is so important, yo. It's a need that we have. Being around humans is a need that we have. And you can disconnect all you want, but it's the truth. The bird flying by, just talking. It's the truth. So it's really hard when I get in that, like, I just want someone to hold me. I want a hug. I want to hold somebody's hand, just simple things. That's tough. That's tough when you get in that spot. And because these are things as a human that needs that we have. Some of y'all are prickly pears and don't like to be touched, but everybody still needs to be touched regardless if they're a prickly pear or not. Yep, it's just the way it is. So I encourage you, like self-love, self-care, and when you are like needing that support from other humans, and they're not providing it for you, I highly recommend just going within and asking your spirit team like how you can show up for yourself. Ask yourself, how do you show up for yourself, and then ask them to provide the 3D help and support that you need that is of your highest good. And you'll be surprised how it shows up, because it surely typically doesn't show up how, when you sit under a tree, you get all kinds of stuff in your hair. And typically doesn't show up how we think it's going to show up. Like I was sitting there timeline in my life, and my life, I had it by 15. My life was, I had a plan. I had a plan from 15 to 40. Whoa. That was a grand plan. None. some of those dreams have worked out and others haven't, and others have worked out in different magical ways than I ever thought possible. Some of the dreams that I never thought would happen are actually going to be happening. And wow, other ones, they happen, but in a different route, in a different manner. There's things that you are supposed to do here because you chose to do that, and you're not going to get out of it. You're not. You're still going to do it, and you're going to do it kicking and screaming, or you're going to do it realizing that this is what you chose and this is what you signed up for. It's all up to you and how you show up. And it's all about showing up in your most authentic, genuine self with love, compassion, abundance for yourself, so you can take that out into the world. You know, how do you truly fully show up and support somebody if you can't do it for yourself? You're not going to be able to. No, you got to be fully 100% comfortable with you and everything that you go through and everything that you are, so you can be open-minded and show up for other people. Y'all, I don't care. I know how tough and difficult this life is, and it's just absurd to me how some people just, I guess, don't realize that, or they're not cognizant, or it's like, you look at some people and you know that they haven't had the best of life, and then they're acting this one way, and you're like, why would you? I mean, I clearly you're working through your traumas, you're showing up in your traumas, but why would you every day choose to do that? Oh wait, because that's easier, it's comfortable, and that's all you freaking know. Well, it's not serving you. Grow through your crap. Deal with your crap. You made it. You did. You did it. You're a willing participant in some degree. So if the world's not showing up for you the way you want it to show up, then you show up the way you want to see the world. And you continue to do that no matter what is knocking on your door. And you're the one who's answering the door or not answering the door. If it's not right for you, then don't answer the door. And that hurts a lot of other people, but at the same time, don't be putting your boogeymans on everybody else. Your own boogeymans that you created, don't go put them on other people. They're your creation, nobody else's. So, dreams, don't forget them. I don't know about you, but mine have been cray-cray lately. It's like I want to go to dream state and have peaceful dreams, and I don't want to talk about my dreams. They're kind of psychotic. I'm like, Spirit, what are you doing to me? I'm more tired by the time I wake up than when I go to bed because of all the nonsense that's going on in Dreamscape. But, yeah. Anyhow. I love you all. Thanks for showing up for yourself today. Thanks for taking the time to show up. I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed time. And I see you. You got this. Take care. I adore you. Thanks for showing up for Spirit. Thanks for showing up for yourself. And thanks for showing up for me and supporting me. And I will talk to you soon.